Salutations, me Salty, welcome back to 2 Cents Toys, and today I've got construction work going on outside, so I'm going to try and cut it out as much as I can in post. I guess it's the way things work. But today, we're talking about the Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight Walmart exclusive. As you can tell, the box is beat to hell, but this is the only one I've seen out in the wild, ever. And I feel like people passed it up because it's all crunched up, which, joke's on them. This is the trash that surrounds my toy. Worked out for me, because now I get this. So let's jump right into it. On the front of the box, we get this nice mock-up of Mark Hamill as Jedi Luke, what it is. We get a lightsaber Luke in the blaster, crushed up box. Top of the box is blank, except for a J-hook. Side of the box, we get Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight, with the little hash out, meaning it's a store exclusive. Other side, we get Luke Skywalker again. On the back, we get a read-up, which I will read. Luke Skywalker was a Tatooine farm boy who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the greatest Jedi the galaxy has ever known. You're damn right. Bottom of the box, no one gives a shit. So let's go ahead, crack them open, go over articulation, all that kind of stuff. Before I go any further, I want to point out that there was that little wedge tray stand thing again. I don't know if this is supposed to be a standard or what's going on, because it's only in some. It's not in all of them, and honestly, the stand pretty much sucks. Alright, as always, we go over what else is in the box. We got this really nice blaster. The paint apps are pretty damn good, honestly. Like, there's no bleeding where the handle is. Like, they actually have the brown. That doesn't bleed over anywhere else out of the pistol. Have a nice patina to it. Give it a little bit of an aged look. Of course, it comes out bent. That's just the nature of accessories these days. But I like it. Looks nice. And of course we get the lightsaber. I wish it wasn't that kind of bendy plastic. I like them when they're a little bit firmer, but it is what it is. And I wish the green was just a shade darker. And here we are at the main event himself with an obscenely large cloak. This thing goes down to the floor past his feet. At least they gave us a stitched hood. So when you pull it up, still a little big, but at least it looks like a hood. I like that they've started doing that. It's nice. That's the hood, that's the cloak. I'm going to take it off for the rest of the review. Here's Luke himself. We got the new face printing technology. I believe this is from the original run of Black Series when he had a blue stripe in his box just with a new face. I don't have that figure to compare to, but I do have this one, so stay tuned. We'll be doing that soon. You know, as always, let's start with articulation. He can't look up at all. He can bury his chin. He can look side to side. No tilt at all. Shoulder comes up past 90. Spins around 360. Single jointed elbow comes up at a 90. Elbow swivel. We have the wrist that hinges up and down. Wrist swivel. In order to get him to crunch forward, you have to lift this flap up and kind of meet him halfway. So he'll lean forward. He'll lean back. Swivel. Kicks forward past 90. Doesn't kick back. Kicks out barely at a 45. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees come pretty far up. Would have been nice to have a boot swivel, but I guess they decided not to give us that. Ankle goes back, forward, and a rocker. Not the best articulation in the world. The face scan doesn't look too bad. He looks a little bit cross-eyed on mine, but that's just the glossiness on the eyes. The hair sculpt's really nice. I like the wash that they did to it. The minimal wash, but, you know, without turning his hair too dark. One of my big complaints is quality control. They mussied up his hand. It's all janky. I don't know about you, but I don't know. Can you get your hand to do that? It's not comfortable. Whatever. Same thing on this hand. It was supposed to be a trigger hand, and they kind of smashed it together. Whatever. So comparing the two Lukes, this is from the, what do they call it, the Jedi Destiny 3-pack or whatever, which this is the only version of Luke in that 3-pack that's really pertinent to him on his Jedi journey, in my opinion. Link to that video will be in the description below if you feel like hating yourself as much as I did opening that thing. It's basically the same figure, just shrunk down. The difference between the two is mostly the clothing and the hair color. So there's actually a second layer of plastic under here. There's a little thing you can get a hold of, you know, get your fingernail caught on it. I've tried peeling this off. It doesn't seem to be wanting to come off at all unless I boil and pop. But there's no silver under here. I just looked. That would have been a really cool Easter egg if you were able to take this off and then actually fold it down to reveal the white or the silver underneath. That would have been really awesome. This one doesn't have it. It's just molded in up here. He's got some wrinkles. He's also got cloth goods here at the skirt that this Luke does not have. And of course the hair color. This Luke is tow-headed blonde and this Luke is, you know, brown, mousy brown. But the reason why I compare these two is that these both came out this past year or within the last year with the updated face printing tech, and they're both kind of disappointing. I get it. Save money, update the face, cast the same body over again. I get it. You know, if you have the technology to make them stronger, faster, update the body. Kind of bums me out a little bit. And yes, he can hold the saber with both hands, but he's more or less limited to that pose with it. Again, that's why they should update the body mold, because most of the Jedi now have butterfly joints underneath their tunics, so you can get a closer grip on that saber hilt. But he can hold it. Don't let your mama lie to you and say that he can't. And that's really all I got for you today. Kind of disappointed. I mean, I figured that was going to be the case, that they wouldn't update the body and that they would just update the head. That's been their kind of MO for a little while. But I have a Jedi Luke for the shelf. I missed out on him the first time, and he poses pretty well. I mean, as long as you get those hands on the lightsaber, you know, there's no way to attach the saber to his belt or anything like some of the newer one, and it's a letdown. Unless you absolutely have to have the face scan technology, I don't think he's really worth hunting down. I mean, I'm glad I found him just because I didn't have one in my collection. I don't know. Maybe I should come up with a ranking system for these figures, you know, out of 10 twerking Spider-Mans or something. I don't know. I give this figure 6.5 bogans out of 10. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you think my ranking system should be. And until next time, thanks for stopping by. I'm Salty. Signing off.